Hi guys, welcome to my ISO builder here. I just saw a video that I think, hey, maybe I should make a video about it. And we have been making videos about the new ISO, XL and XS and D, and I'm thinking about doing something strange. What if I started with ArcoLinux XS, which is XFCE with no applications, an extra small, boot up from it, it's already installed, and Linux LTS is there, as you can see. I want to make a video about Gnome. There is no Gnome, and it gives me the opportunity to learn you something. XD is a new alias. We need it to know what are the desktops I have installed on this machine. We'll be adding more and more, right? So XD gives you the Xsessions desktop. It's a file, user share Xsessions desktop files are in there, and XFCE is installed. That's it. We've learned that there are many ways of installing a desktop, but our ArcoLinux tweak tool is certainly one of the selling points of ArcoLinux. You just select here, awesome, and choose what you want to install. So I want to make a video about Gnome. I better install Gnome. Now Gnome comes with 3 or 4 ways of logging in. So it's important, if you're on VirtualBox, that you do not choose Wayland. So that's another piece of information or knowledge that we're sharing with you. What I want to figure out, if one test out, is blur your well, different parts of Gnome 4.0, because that's a new one just released, and there are many videos probably on the internet, on YouTube, showing you all the new stuff of this new desktop. So we're still in the part of installing. Gnome is not a small one. It's a real desktop with everything you consider having. It's gonna be there probably, right? It has so many extra functionality, settings, and you name it. So let's wait for the installing bit here. Guake is there. Guake is a drop down. We have our XFCE4 F12, right? That's XFCE4 terminal. Guake is another one, and it's now installed. There's also a backup, also worth mentioning. Ctrl H. Sometimes things need to be overwritten in here. Now, before we overwrite anything, it's gonna be a copy of your old configuration folder that has the name ATT, ArcoLinux tweak tool, with the date and the hour and the second. So you can always go back and have a look what changed, compare. So I better go and have a look at Gnome. So if we do a log out, we have something more. I could have typed XD, right? But here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4 options, and one that goes all wrong in a VirtualBox. We're going to go for Gnome on Xorg. That will work. Or D menu will work. Is there a D menu in Gnome? That's something for, yeah, it's actually coming from DWM. Super Shift D is something we should have if it's installed. So it's not installed. The keyboard shortcut does not work unless, right? F12 is not working either. So you see there are some keyboard shortcuts that still need some tweaking. So Ctrl Alt T is not working. Super T is not working. My menu is working. Okay, cool. Our icons are totally different and not as intended anyway. So the files is not looking like it should be. So let's go for a Guake. And we've seen the name pass along. Guake terminal. He's trying to open that up here. F12 to use it, it says okay. So we could have waited for a long time. F12. Okay, that's not good. That seems like he wanted to reset itself, recreate create whatever it was. Let's go for terminal termite up here. That's better. Let's do a scal for ourselves, and then sudo shutdown now, because we need to let everything well kick in basically. So booting up again, ArcoLinux XS. By default, it's set to login. That's me, right? That's my choices. I like a auto login. I like to not wait at the door and then he asking me, hey, what's your login? Hey, what's your password? Don't like that. So let's have a look. What will happen if I log out and log back in? Xorg all the time. Okay, that's our quit here. F12 is activated. This is working again. Ctrl-Alt-T, that's working again. Super Shift Enter, everything is working as it should be. The colors of icons, everything kicked in. That's the decom for you, right? So always remember that yeah, everything should be loaded. Basically reboot, that's what we did. That's resulted in maybe the scal, but I don't think it's a scal, because there is a scal in ArcoLinux TweakTool. So it is really the simplest of things. Did you try turning it off and on again? Okay, well finally I can go and have a look what's going on with these extensions. There are extensions I can install. Where should I go look for extensions? Let's see what we can find. We have software, files, show applications, settings maybe, Qt5, print settings, removable, Gnome tweaks maybe, things like that. That's where you need to go for, to look for extensions. Is that here? Is that somewhere else? Here's a loop to look, right? Extensions, not here. And then I say, okay, if it's not in here, then maybe it's somewhere else. But this is definitely a place to look at all the elements, the things you can set, many things you can actually have a look at and change. I hope my keyboard is set, but I think it is. ZERTY, yep, okay, no problem there. So, not here. Is there something to tweak? Yes, there are tweaks. There are ArcoLinux TweakTool, sure, but the Gnome tweaks, that's what we're talking about. And then they say, aha, we get right. Extensions has moved. Extension management has been moved to the Gnome extensions. We recommend downloading Gnome extensions from FlatHub if your distribution does not include it. Okay, Gnome extensions. Taking a while, but it is already installed, I think. Let's have a look. F12, Gnome extensions, it's there. Okay, cool, stop. All right, things change all the time. We adapt, that's what I always say. Adapt. What's it called again? Forgot the name, oh my god. Extensions, right? Extensions. All right, you can go down, and then what we have the applications menu. Auto move windows, launch new instance, launch native placement, places status indicator, things that maybe you say, oh yeah, true, I want to have that. Okay, what else? About extensions. Here, to find and add extensions, visit extensions.gnome.org. Okay, we cannot detect a running copy of GNOME in the system. Okay, well, trust me, there is. And now we go for blurring something that I saw, blur effect, blur my shell, I think that's the name. the YouTuber used. It was in Spanish. I followed it, and well, I guess I need to help him. It's 4.0, version number 10, probably gonna be the last one, right? Click it, it's there. We got it. And let's see what I should do. Extract here. All kinds of things. How do I add it to my system? Is the next thing, right? How do I add it to my system? View and manage your bookmarks. Okay. Don't need that. Anyway, this is something I want. And I want to try out Compass as well. Now, I do believe there's some kind of, how do you say that? An extension of the browser that I can use. And maybe it says somewhere. We cannot detect a running copy. Maybe it's this reason. There's this Gnome shell integration plugin. Let's see if we have it. Gnome shell. Yay! Gnome shell. Gnome shell extension app indicator pop shell. That's what we have. Chrome Gnome shell integrations. That's what I want, right? The Chrome number. Which number is this? Number 4. And that's for Chrome. Is this Chrome? Well, we'll see. Anyway, F12. I take number 4 here. I can always install Chrome. So, Chrome Gnome shell installed. Ooh, that was easy. Sudo pacman -s chromium. That's that. Now that's this one, that's that one. Let's go back here and let's copy paste, Control C this. I always find it difficult to close these things. Minimize. Whew. And Chromium. Okay, this needs to come here. Yeah, thank you. And then more tools, extensions. There is no extension. That's strange. It should be there, right? Gnome. Oops. Not here, Eric. Here. Gnome shell integration. Sounds like a good thing. Actually, the same thing I just thought I installed, but maybe there's something to do. But here it is. There is something here already. Spin it so you see it. This thing here is the Gnome shell extension. So I was saying that I would like to blur my shell. Blur my shell. Shell version 4. And this is better. Instead of downloading a zip file and copy pasting it somewhere on the folder on your structure, I just do this. Install. Boom. Done. What's next? Back to extensions and compass effects. I do like my wobbly kind of thing. This looks like a little wobbly thing, but there are more effects, it seems. I like window effects. Let's have a look. Restart, Gnome shell, Xorg, Alt F2, right R, and Wayland. Ooh, let's log in and log out. Okay, or it's gonna be this one, both from Hermes. I'm pretty fond of my wobbly effects on Plasma. So that being said, we have the blur my shell. It's on. Compass effect, it's on. What's more to say? There's a brightness. Ooh. Oh, right? No logout, no login. That's working. Blur my shell. Control T. T is termite. Now, blur my shell has to do with when you go through this thing. This is blurred in the back end, although you don't see it very well. Let's go for a maximum blur. This is more blurred here than it was here. You see? So, brightness. Panel overview, lock screen, we can have a look about that. Dash opacity, static panel blur, we can change some things. Okay, fine, I'll find later. And then we have this friction thing, spring thing, speed up factor, compass window effect. We can play around with these settings. So basically I should not download, I should not log out or log in. Interesting to learn that it's now a separate application that monitors your extensions. Applications menu, you got something like this. Okay. Auto move windows, not sure what it does. Workspace rules, I'm probably gonna say if it's that application, go there, if that application, go there, things like that, as we do in tiling window managers. Launch new instance. Okay, cool. Native placement, open it up and read. PAMAC updates indicator, oh cool. Oh, that's awesome that this is thought about. These icons are never there. Variety is kicking in, Alt N, but the icon is not there. I hope they've done a update as well on the matter. And that was K something, system panel icons, something like that, system panel. Had to do with a K, system panel icons. K app indicator, I think. Let's type in variety, because it's the only one. Replaces activities buttons with a poppy menu. Clone of Apple menu. Replace activities button with a poppy menu. Not in version 4.0, so we better not use it. But as you can see, wow, right? I mean, there's so many themes, and these themes need to be updated by the developers to version 4.0. So that's certainly interesting. ArcoLinux updates indicator. ArcoLinux, anything specific. ArcoLinux, these things come out. 5 pages more. We've had our compass thing, but there is more. A magic lamp thing. Transparent window, put windows. So the lamp thing is also a well-known thing, and it's there in 4.0, so that's cool. Up, it's downloaded, remember? We could have a look, could have a go at finding out where it is. It puts its extensions, but it would take, well, it's not efficient. Let's say that. Just go to Chromium, install the extension, and put on the slider. On. Install. It's there. Minimize. Compass windows effects. I think we saw just our compass window effect, didn't we? The compass, this thing, when I minimize things. Drag you over here. Minimize. Right? It's something down here. There seems to be something hidden there. It's going down somewhere. And that's this thing here. Again, some parameters to have control the app. And with a super tap, I can manage to go to the lamp effect is there. All right, cool. Ciao, 4.0 Gnome. It's a choice, like everything else is a choice. You like it, you keep it, as simple as that. But there is so much more to make it even more interesting, like these effects we've just seen. All right, cheers guys, bye.